Hey, how's it going, guys? I wanted to go ahead and show you this Neretva, really cool espresso machine. I'm super excited. This has a vintage look to it, and y'all, this has a 58 millimeter commercial grade portafilter. It has a pressure gauge. It has an overpressure valve that's built into it. It has PID control. Y'all, this thing has so many great features. I'm really excited, and it's super compact, and I love things that are retro. So let me go ahead and dive right into it right now. Super excited to open it up. There's your manual, set that aside. This has a very retro feel, 100%. There's two versions of this. One is the stainless look, and then this one, which is kind of like a 60s, 50s look. So very exciting. My biggest thing that I already tell you that I'm super excited about this one is the size, because I'm very limited on my size. So if you're looking for something that's gonna fit into a small space, you're gonna find a good answer. All right, let's get this out. Everything was very well packed. I like how they have everything separated in the boxes. And you have your different accessories, which I'm going to show you right now. Then we're going to get this into my coffee corner and get this thing fired up. Wow, super cool. See, just is what I'm talking about. Gets that retro look. Kind of like that retro Italian vibe. Digging it. Okay. Wow, look at that. The gauge is right here. Looks awesome. Again, you have your 58 millimeter group head right here. Let's go ahead and show you the drip tray. Again, I know this thing has an overpressure valve, so that's really cool. It's nice to be able to have that on there, not worry about things. Get right to making your next shot. Okay. Digging the accents on this thing. There we go. Here's some good tips. Here's the tray. I want to show you something really important. There's actually a way that the overpressure valve feeds right into the tray. And that really talks about the quality of this particular espresso machine. The fact that it has that built-in stock at this price point that they have this espresso machine, I'm telling you all, that's really rare to get. So I'm really super excited about that. All right, everyone, I wanted to go ahead and show you what comes in the box. Now, my wife loves this color. We have a very vintage style house. There's no other way to say it. Everything in our house is vintage, but she said it kind of reminds her of a 1940s post-war era kind of green. It's kind of more of that olive style, pretty green. So I definitely really like that. Kind of that very retro Italiano look. And I'm digging it. I think it looks beautiful. There are metal components and there are some composite plastic. There's some chroming on it. So it looks cool. It looks really, really cool. But I just wanted to tell you, I was super impressed with the accessories. So right out of the bat, the most important thing, the star of the show, 58 millimeter portafilter. This is the double spouted. I, of course, am going to be using probably a bottomless with it on my day-to-day because I'm a big coffee nerd. But check this out. There's actually a dosing funnel that fits a 3-eared system. And I've actually yet to get one of these. So I'm actually really excited. The fact that it is plastic, it's not metal, but it's lightweight and durable. So that's definitely good. So that's really cool. Super excited about that one. You have a single basket that comes with it, and each one of these baskets is not pressurized. So that tells you you need to really know what you're doing. If you need any help dialing in, I'm going to be making a dialing in video pretty soon dedicated. Inside you have your double basket. This double basket is actually rated up to 20 grams, actually 19 grams. But the fact that it's rated at 19 grams is really great. I had a double basket for another machine I got, and I can only get about 14 or 15. Here's the scoop. Do not use this for other tamper. It has a tamper on the end, but do not tamp with this. And y'all, please don't air tamp. Please don't air tamp. Let's tamp properly. This is a very robust portafilter, so it's gonna be perfect for putting at the edge of a table and tamping the right way. So included is a tamper that kind of reminds me of similar to like a Breville. So it's got the metal bottom, plastic top, and if you're gonna be doing your tamping, like I said, make sure you have it down on the surface, you have it flat. Let's definitely work on that. Don't air tamp, please don't do that. Also, you do get a milk pitcher. So that's really great that they include that right from the get-go. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm gonna put this into my coffee corner and get it all fired up for y'all once I get everything flushed out. So really easy to get the portafilter in there. One other little pro tip I just want to tell you, on the back where the water goes, there was a little red tab. Make sure you pull that tab out. And it's always a good idea to run your water through the system when it's new like this. A couple times, run a couple double shots or more just to get everything going. Sometimes when you get a new unit, there might be an air pocket in there. If you do get an air pocket, you go ahead and get this amazing 360 professional style steam wand, stick it over here, and let some of the steam out, and that's what will get that air pocket out. So I'm excited. Let's get this in the coffee corner. All right, my coffee friends, we got it unboxed. Now it's officially in my coffee corner in my office, y'all. I think this thing looks so cool. I'm so happy to get this, y'all. This to me actually just like check marks a lot of really cool things. So I'm a very big vintage fan. There's no other way to say it. And at first, I didn't realize how much I was going to like it, but I really do like this green color. It's different. They do have the stainless look, which is great, but I really love the retro tactile feel of having the knobs on here. I like the lighting. I think this just looks super cool. My wife is just in love with it. So I wanted to go ahead and show you this being turned on. Yes, it's satisfying, the toggle switch. I love it. I went ahead and ran a few shots already, so everything should be hot up to temp. Heated everything up. It's at 198 Fahrenheit. This has PID control, so that's definitely a really good thing. It has your temperature stability in there. We're going to go ahead and use the included portafilter first. So I just wanted to go ahead and just show this to you. Oh, I just realized I have some water in there. So this is the included portafilter. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a clean down here. This is a double spouted portafilter, and you can, if you wanted to, swap out the handle. You can do that if you like. Inside they have a 19-gram basket. I'm going to use the included basket just so you can kind of see what it's like with everything as it comes out of the box. So definitely super cool. And then what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to also go ahead and pull a shot with the Bottomless with an IMS basket, probably a 20-grammer, and make another pull. So I'm going to do 2 pulls here, and then I might make a couple other videos where I'm going to show you how to use the steam wand. I'm really, I already tried out the steam wand, and I'm going to tell you right now. Matter of fact, I'll show you. This thing is super powerful. The milk, listen to me, the milk. The steam comes out looking really nice and kind of dry. There's just no other way to say it. Here, let me get this turned on. We got to bring it up to temp. But it looks really good, y'all. I am not a latte artist. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not. I tend to drink my espresso the way the good Lord likes it, nice and dark. I'm just joking. Drink your espresso any way you like it. It's totally great. My wife will not drink espresso straight. So I do make milk drinks for her. But take a look at the steam as it builds up. Nice and strong. Feels really good. Feels dry. So it's super powerful. Y'all, that is really cool. Like that's a big plus right there. There's just no other way to say it. That is a big, big plus. That's a win in my opinion. So I like the size. I love the fact that it's really 360 motion. It's really easy to move. The construction is a mix, I mentioned, of metals and some plastics, but we do have some alloy back there where I'm able to put my shot mirrors on there. I already have a shot mirror waiting to go. So I got my shot mirrors on there. So it is definitely well constructed. It feels really good. It looks super vintage. As far as looks go, I'm digging it. I love the retro vibes. So I'm all about that. So let's go ahead and let me grab the dosing ring that comes with it. And then we're going to grind some beans. I'm going to use this Frother 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. Watch the video on this if you haven't already. That's a great grinder, a good one to pair with this. We're going to be doing, just starting off, we're going to be using some fresh Kenyan beans from Good as Gold. So we're going to use some Kenyan beans, and then we're going to go to the Bottomless, and we're going to use some Birdie 100% Robusto, and make a big giant Crema shot with 20 grams. So pretty cool, guys. Let me go ahead and grab that, and let's get started. All right, my coffee friends, and I'm going to ask you again, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. I noticed we've had a lot of new viewers, and I've had a lot of new subscribers, but it's free, y'all. It's free. The best support you could ever do is hitting that subscription button and letting me know you're watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If there is something I don't know, I'm going to make a promise to you right now. I'm going to find it out, the answer for you. I'm going to look it up for you. So feel free, let me know, because the truth is, guys, the reason why I started this channel and the reason why I do this is the questions you have are the questions I have. I'm a total geek. I love people like Tom's Coffee Corner, Han's channel, where he does coffee in the most amazing lives. I love James Hoffman, Coffee Kev, you name it. Morgan, I literally watch them all, y'all. I love how Tom takes these things apart and looks inside the guts. I wouldn't be surprised if this guts were really robust, because this machine seems so cool. It has an overpressure valve. It's 58 millimeter. It just kind of sings of other machines that I really love, but in that great vintage form factor. So I dig that. But I wanted to show you the dosing ring. I was shocked that the dosing ring that came with it is so cool. It is plastic, but it's one that fits right on there. It kind of reminds me of what a lot of hobbyists are 3D printing. And again, this is the tamper, very similar to the Breville style, or, like where it sits underneath like a magnet. I'm going to be using my own pressure 30-pound calibrated tamper. But let's get to the beans. Let's get to the beans, because that's what this is all about. Let's make some espresso. I am a complete espresso geek. I started my journey in coffee over 20 years ago after just being a barista in college, and I have not stopped since. I love it. I love to make coffee. I love to go to cafes. This channel is called Faith and Coffee Bean because I used to be a minister. That was many, many moons ago. I was a minister during 9/11 in New York City, and I worked in homeless shelters, and I also worked with folks who had addiction issues. One of the things I don't share too often, but my father had made some mistakes in his life and had been a member of the state, so to speak, and changed my life. And that experience, seeing my dad go through a lot of stuff, and it kind of got me into this path where I got to meet a lot of co-cafe owners. And I actually at one point worked inside a cafe. My office was, and I wasn't even part of the cafe. It was just kind of like happenstance. I got to be in the cafe from my office. So it really, really, even though I worked a little bit as a barista, it's just, I've always been around folks who've had coffee shops. I love it. I love it. So I tend to kind of think of myself as, I like prosumer items, and I also like things that are very affordable. And I kind of feel like this is kind of right in the middle, where has a lot of the bells and whistles, and it's super affordable, and it's going to give you the look you want, and we're going to see the performance right now. So again, I'm doing about 18 grams right here because I know the basket can handle it. I might have to do some dialing in. I am going to go with these beans. I've been tend to go in with about a 12 to 14 on my on my flat grinder here, 64 millimeter flat grinder. Okay. And I've been loving this thing. It's been awesome. Very, very cool. This grinder's been a blast. And we're gonna go ahead and put our catch cup right here on the bottom, get it all activated. There we go. Got everything out and good to go. And then we're gonna do the fun part next. We're gonna go ahead and do our puck prep. And I'm gonna put on the dosing ring. Now, I could have, now that I think about it afterwards, I thought, wow, I could have just put this dosing ring on here and gone direct to Portafilter. That could have been a way I could have done that. Maybe next time we'll do that. But I really dig this. I love that it fits around the 3 ears. I have quite a few things. I might end up using this dosing ring with some other Portafilters. So cool. I'm always down for someone to give me cool gear. So the big reason why a 58 millimeter is a good thing is you can use commercial grade stuff to go ahead and do your puck prep. So this is a Cyclone. That's by MH Bomber. Those are WD tools. I love this WD tool called the Lightning WD tool. It's my favorite. And just one that fits right in the hand. So I'm going to go ahead and do some WDT. Okay. I just dig it. This fits so snug. This dosing ring, just awesome. Big fan already. Give it a little tap for love. And then let's go ahead, hit this with our gravity distributor, Norm Core. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my MH Bomber calibrated tamper. Okay. Take a look at that. Nice and pretty. I'm going to go ahead and put my puck screen on because I like using puck screens. Keeps the group head nice and clean. That's the main reason why I do that. And then I'm going to clean this up a tiny bit. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this added in. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to be using the smaller cup, and I will be using the shot mirror in just a bit. I have a Toonie, basically small size scale that fits perfectly so that your smaller scales are going to fit really nice on there. Okay, I love the fact that the gauge is right here. And we're going to go manual. That's how I do it. So this has 2 different modes. You have your automatic and your manual. I do like that you can flip either one and kind of stop either one because of the great toggles up top. But let's go ahead. We're going to do this a little bit manual here. Got the shot counter right there. Awesome. Nice. I can see the crema start to build up. And I'm shooting for about 40, 42, right about there. Beautiful. That looks good. I love this counter. Oh, wow. It's so nice. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I went ahead and used the automatic. But that's fine. It stopped us at 27 doing a single shot. There is volumetrics in the automatic, and that can be changed. So that's absolutely fine. So let's go ahead and let's give this a little stir. This is a little ristretto. And we'll give it a little taste. Nice crema build up. Looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and, I know this is going to be high because of the volume of liquid, but I'm going to put on the refractometer. I'm using a refractometer to taste, check the consistency. Okay, and it's at a 13. I knew it was going to be high because, again, a little ristretto. Here we go. Cheers. Let's give us a little taste. Ooh, that is strong and good. Wow. That is delicious, y'all. Woo! That is good. Oh, man. That is really, really good. Oh, I need to make espressos like this more often. I got the crema. I couldn't even wait to finish it. Like, I had to have it all. That's good. So, I tend to make my shots about 40. I like to go with a double. I like a big shot. So, for me to go lower like this, you know, not bad. You know, I don't do that very often. As you can see, there wasn't a giant mess right here. And I want to point out there is an overpressure valve. So because of that overpressure valve, it means you can start a shot quicker and there isn't so much of a mess. I use a lot of value machines. You know, I'm always trying to find a machine that's going to be a good value. I hate spending lots of money. I'm very frugal. Now, what happens when you use a lot of value machines, they don't have basically a three-way solenoid. They don't have the overpressure valve. So what ends up happening is you have that leakage, you have that mess. It happens all the time. And it's not a bad thing. I've just learned to live with it. I love the fact that this got stopped early and I can go ahead and I can do what I'm going to do with it. So that is a huge win for me. And there we go. Puck screen's out. Let's go ahead. Oh, came out so clean. Look at this puck. I'm going to show y'all a little puck diagnosis right there. That's awesome. So everything was super clean, came out of there nice, pretty and neat. That's the way I like to see it. Okay. And then let's go ahead. We're going to do the bottomless. So again, big fan of this portafilter. For a stock portafilter, I'm down with that. It feels really robust and good in the hand. I mentioned you can go ahead if you wanted to swap this handle out if you wanted to do that. I am a customizer. I love to customize things. So let's go ahead and get right to the bottomless. So we're going to be using a bottomless portafilter. And this is tends to be one a lot of us coffee folks tend to use. A little thinner cut there so you can see it. And I'm using an IMS basket from Italy, precision basket, competition grade. So just to make sure that I heat this up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and run a quick some water through it, just because I don't want it cold. So we'll run some water. That's about good right there. So let's go ahead and prep some beans. Show y'all what I'm doing. Got the lens flare action from the shot mirror. Okay. Let's get some beans ready to go here. So 13, typically with espresso, your TDS that you get rated is usually an 8 to 12 or so. So 13 definitely on the higher end of it. And that's cool. You know, that's cool. That was definitely a ristretto. I tend to like a lungo or sometimes a spro over, believe it or not. I love a good spro over. I like a big cup of coffee. And I cannot lie. My wife always teases me. Too many dad jokes. Y'all, I'm just a big goofball. I want to go ahead and just say this too. This machine I did not pay for. It was sent to me for purpose of review. All opinions are definitely my opinions. This is not a paid sponsor. There are affiliate links. Those affiliate links you never pay more than what you would normally pay. And if you see promotions, please get the promotion. Amazon does some really cool stuff with promotions. I do have my Amazon storefront, but what happens is a small percentage goes back and helps me buy some beans. That's basically what that's for. So if you do click on those links, I definitely appreciate that so much. And if you go to Amazon and look at most of these things that I have here, I've done videos and I also put them on Amazon. My wife has a YouTube channel that does home decor, and I of course do my coffee stuff, and we do a lot of videos on Amazon. So definitely really appreciate it. If you watch those videos and buy something, it's the same scenario. So I definitely really appreciate that, y'all. Beans are expensive. Coffee is an expensive hobby. I'm always trying to save a buck. There's no other way to say it. A lot of times you see YouTube channels and it's awesome, but they'll have some like crazy high-end, machine and everything. And I try to stick to more of the average Joe machines because that's what I am. I'm not a paid professional in that sense. I am a goofball that loves to make coffee at home. So that's what you're going to get from me. So let's go ahead. I have my beans ready to go. These are for Vietnamese 100% Robusto. So there should be good crema on these. I'm going to go ahead and change my grind setting of just a tiny bit because I already know that the other beans were very fresh. And not that these aren't, but I know it because I've dialed it in. Not with this machine, but with another machine. So let's go ahead. We've done the Ross droplet technique. Get our beans added in there into our grinder. Okay. And I'm going to go direct to Portafilter on this. So let's get the Portafilter out. Give it a little bit of a cleaning because you know it's a little wet after that. Okay. Let's give it a little love. Make sure it's nice and clean, nice and hot. And like I mentioned, what's really interesting about this, and I've never seen a company do it, but including, you know, a dosing ring like that. I think it's so cool. I'm super impressed. I've seen a lot of people 3D print these, and just the fact that they're including that blows my mind. So when it comes to budget espresso machines or things that are really good value, a lot of times companies will try to cut corners on stuff. And what's blowing my mind is that they really didn't cut any corners. And I love the fact that they give you a milk jug, they give you stuff like this dosing ring. I'm going to tell you right now, I do think this machine is with more of the pro seasoned person. Not to say that you can't do it if you're not, but I definitely think, oh, I took this off too early, y'all. I'm too busy talking with you guys. Not to say that a new person couldn't do it, but just the fact that there's so much pro stuff with it, and you could, that 58 millimeter, you can use your pro gear, you know, I dig it. Flare, this is basically the same, the 58 millimeter is the same size as the E61, but E61 is a 2-year, this is a 3-year. So this is not compatible with E61 portafilters, just to let you know. Okay, so went ahead and did our WDT work. Looking for some good results. Give it a little tap for love. Okay, let's clean this up a tiny bit. Get some norm core action here. Love this distributor. Awesome. Again, hit it with the MH Bomber. Nice and pretty. Let's go ahead and put that puck screen back on. Same puck screen. Make sure it's nice and clean on the edge. There we go. Now I'm going to get you all a little closer because you're going to be able to see in the shot mirror our results today. Okay. So what I do think is very interesting about this one is the fact that you have your gauge right here. I like that. I actually really like that. I'm going to go ahead and use the same cup. Okay, the gauge is kind of behind it, but that's probably the best angle we can get everything at. I do want to show y'all the timer up top. So we got our timer, got our shot mirror. Let's go ahead and zero this out, pull our shot. Okay, here we go. Pre-infusion, nice donut effect. Nice, this looks good. Ooh, that crema looks awesome. Digging it. I hit the automatic last time. This is the manual. So I'm definitely doing manual. 20 seconds, 30 out. Stop it right about 40 and 28 seconds. Look at that crema. Wow, that's awesome. You could hear the overpressure valve kick in. So it did stop it, so it's not making that much of a mess. Look at that crema, oh my goodness. That's Crema City, y'all. Crema City. Now, I'm sure someone can make way better crema than I can. But goodness gracious, I dig it. Super happy with that. I think it looks really good. Let's give it a little taste. Y'all, this machine, like I said, I do think it's a little more prosumer facing. Let's put it that way. Cheers. Oh, man, that's a good shot. Dang. Woo! Birdie's Robusta. I get a little bit of a cherry with a walnut with some dark chocolates on that one. Super good. Real tasty. I love Birdie. They're a great company. I've been using their stuff for a long time. So they're one I definitely recommend. And, you know, guys, when you go get coffee in Italy, they use a lot of Robusta. Some people hear that word and they're like, no! I'm not one of those. I will gladly have some Robusta every now and then. It has more caffeine. Man, that is delicious. Yo, I think this is awesome. This is my first espresso machine from them. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 100% impressed. Like, I really like the build quality. It feels really stable. I like the way it sits on my coffee corner. It's not super small, but it's not super big. It's kind of a medium-sized machine. And the fact that it has that 58 millimeter, let's go ahead, knock this out. I love the fact that it has that overpressure valve on there. I just dig that. Makes it a lot easier. This might be my new daily driver, y'all. That's saying something. Here, let's get the full puck out, and I'll show it to you. This is a big puck, because this is a, it was 22 grams. Look at that puck. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, man, it's like a chocolate cookie I want to taste. You know you're a coffee nerd when you look at a puck of espresso and think, wow, that looks delicious. Y'all, I love the IMS basket. The Portafilter looks good here. I might swap this out for a wood one just to keep that vintage look. Y'all, this is really cool. Huge fan. Guys, tell me what you think about this in the comments below. I really am curious because I don't think this machine is what you normally see out there, and especially at this price point. It has a very different look. I like that. I'm very curious, so let me know in the comments below if you love it or hate it. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those people who are either going to go crazy over this or they're going to be like, what? The one that is the silver gunmetal stainless steel look looks really great too. It does give you those same vintage vibes. It looks like in 1950s. But I just dig it, y'all. I think this is super cool. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Again, you're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. My name's Tony. Remember to like and subscribe. If you want to blabber about coffee, follow me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much for hanging out with me, okay? Have a great day.